Yo. Welcome back to Tremonte and Friends Boxing. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, please. And we're going to get right into it. We make a big deal out of the smallest things in boxing. Jaron Ennis posted that he sparred with Canelo Alvarez in Canelo's camp, gearing up for the super fight with him and Terence Crawford. Happening in September on Netflix, live for the viewing public to see. And I've seen people, just so many things. I wanted to take my time and really get into the minutia of why people are getting out of pocket about Boots staying loyal to somebody in Terence Crawford, another black fighter, African-American fighter, and not spar with Canelo. Let me ask y'all something. If you're in a profession, whatever profession you work in, and one of the, if not the best person in the profession, wants you to help them out with something to your benefit, you're helping them out, you're helping them get ready for something. They call for you and they're going to pay you. Ain't nothing free. Would you say no? I ask you again, whatever profession you in, I don't care if you work at fast food. If you got a job, you got a job. I salute you. I don't care if you're a CEO, you run. If the best or one of the best people in the profession gives you and your team a call, like, hey, I want you to come up and help me with something. Who are you loyal to? Are you loyal to a potential opponent in the future, or are you loyal to your family and your own best interests? Would you tell them no? I'll answer it for you. You're not going to tell them no. There's a clip of Terence Crawford on $1 million worth of game with Gillian Wallow. If you've gotten to this point in the video, go to that video when you're done with this video. Terence Crawford, $1 million worth of game with Gillian Wallow. Boots is on FaceTime. They call Boots. Boots is on FaceTime saying, you know I was supposed to fight you, Crawford. Him and Crawford going back and forth. And Crawford's like, when, where? The Boots is like, you know what it is. They don't like each other. They have a mutual respect for each other. They have respect for one another's skills and what they've accomplished, for sure. They're not brothers. They're not blood brothers. They're not cousins. Terence Crawford's not like his uncle or nothing. Why would you be loyal to somebody that you could potentially fight? What is it with pulling race into things where race has no place? This isn't disenfranchisement. This isn't oppression. This isn't systemic oppression. This isn't white supremacy. This is none of that. This is a fighter in Jaron Boots Ennis, who was the unified champion at 147 pounds after defeating Amanda Stanionis, who will potentially end up fighting Canelo. Canelo's not in his prime right now. He's out of his prime. He'll be more out of his prime in the next 2 to 3 years. Boots in the next 2 to 3 years will be exactly in his prime. He might fight Canelo. So this is a good look for both of them to see, hey, we might rumble down the line. For people to say that Boots should have stayed loyal to Terence Crawford, who they were supposed to fight, that doesn't exist. The internet was going in an uproar about Terence Crawford's team. I seen Bernie the Boxer saying that Boots broke code and he's a sellout. You can't listen to people, man. I'm not with follower culture. I'm not with groupthink and just saying things because somebody else said. You have to think for yourself and make your own decisions in life, man. And the running narrative that's being told out there is that Boots should not have sparred with not only one of the best fighters now, the undisputed champion. Canelo's arguably the best Mexican fighter ever, one of the greatest fighters in history. And you're going to tell him that Boots should say no, just because I want to be loyal to somebody who don't really like me, who could possibly beat me in a fight. Who raised y'all, man? Where'd y'all grow up at? There are no... Listen, man, when you, again, going back to you and your profession, You don't have any friends, man. These people are colleagues. If you end up making friends, that's a kudos and I salute you, because that does happen. You can make lifelong friends in whatever endeavor or vocation you choose to indulge in. Yes, it's possible. I've made friends from work, and those friends, some of them have become family, but not in a competitive sport. We're not friends. We're not on the same team. Boxers are individual contractors. There is no reason for Jaron Ennis to, for one, I think Terence Crawford is going to retire whether he wins or loses the fight against Canelo. So I don't think he's going to fight again. If he were to fight again, because his belt is being stripped from him the moment the bell rings when he fights Canelo, his 154-pound belt, he's not going to go back down to 54 and just start fighting with no belt. Like, there's no reason for him to fight. Terence Crawford's accomplished more than enough. First ballot Hall of Famer. So is Canelo. Jaron Boots Ennis is on his way. But to turn down sparring with one of the greatest fighters ever just because he's fighting another black fighter? What's wrong with y'all, man? I don't see the thing. And then I think it's more beneficial for Jaron because he gets to see how strong, how accurate, how defensive-minded Canelo is in sparring. How great Canelo is right now, if Jaron Ennis ends up fighting him in the future, he won't be as great because his skills, as you get older as a fighter, as an athlete, your skills naturally diminish. Father Time is undefeated. Never took a L. And you got people out here in the boxing community saying, Jaron Ennis, of course, Bernie the Boxer, he's, Terence Crawford's right-hand man. Of course, he's going to say Boots sold out. Of course, he's going to say it. Terence Crawford doesn't feel like that. Because you know something? If Jaron Ennis was fighting Canelo Alvarez September and Terence Crawford was on the come up and Canelo called Terence Crawford to come spar, you think Terence Crawford's going to say no? There's an interview with Terence Crawford, I forgot the podcast, where they asked him, like, do you have any friends in boxing? He was like, no. And they mentioned Sean Porter, and he was like, nah, not really. We're not friends. We're cool. And then Terence Crawford said Tim Bradley, like back in the day, because, they were both on Top Rank. He was like, probably wouldn't have fought him, but everybody else is free game. These people are not friends, man, but y'all are trying to make them friends. Y'all are trying to make them have this camaraderie that is non-existent, man. And y'all wouldn't turn down, where y'all work. I want to know where y'all work. Whoever the top person is, or the top 5, 10 people, if they called you and it's like, hey, we'll pay for your room and board, we just want you to help us on this thing. We heard you good. You looking good out there. We want to help. Y'all not going to say no. Imagine if you're a man watching this, your lady, or if you're a lady watching this, your man, or whomever you're involved with, whoever your partner is, and they be like, yeah, you should go. This is a good opportunity for you. You're like, nah, nah, I'm not going because my homeboy over here, and it's like, y'all bogus, man. Y'all are bogus. Shout out to Jaron Ennis, man, getting some work in with Canelo over there. Shout out to Canelo for bringing him in. It says more about Canelo being humble enough to bring Jaron Ennis into the camp so that he can mimic. Him and Crawford don't really fight alike. They have similarities as far as their aggression. When they get hit, they want their get back. They're switch hitters. Jaron is more of a switch hitter than Crawford, but they both have the ability to do so. And they have a high ring IQ. So for Canelo, and they're athletic, to bring him in, that says a lot about how serious he's taking the fight. But y'all are not taking this seriously. Y'all can't be serious with saying Jaron Boots Ennis, of all people in boxing, is a sellout because he took a golden opportunity which may never be presented to him again. So I want y'all to give me y'all thoughts in the comments. Please like, subscribe to the channel, share the video. But don't be bogus, man. We all have an opinion. Don't call somebody a sellout. If this is not politics, this is not like law. This isn't, nothing's on the line where it's going to make or break like the black community. Y'all are just saying he should be loyal to somebody who was really going to fight him and could possibly beat him. What's wrong with y'all, man? I'm going to holler at y'all soon, man. Y'all done got me mad, man. Y'all done holler at y'all soon. Peace.